Hello and welcome one and all, this is Old School Gamer 1971 here, Millie, Lloyd, everyone, I hope you're all having a good day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Support the channel and help it grow. Today's thoughts is on LA Noire. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. LA Noire, developed by Team Bondi. It's an adventure game that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017. This is a remaster of the 2011 PlayStation 3 game, which in itself is its own thing. Team Bondi at the time was doing amazing things with facial mapping and animation. They decided to implement it in a game. This game is set in Los Angeles in 1947. Authentic doesn't even begin to explain. The game actually started development in 2004. Aesthetically, it is like a noir film. For once you are on the right side of the law in a Rockstar game, and not a crooked one neither. And whilst odd things have been changed, the core of the game is just so damn impressive. Team Bondi was an Australian developer based in Sydney and was founded in 2003. After the release of LA Noire, former employees cited abuse and poor working conditions. It got so bad that Rockstar parted ways with Team Bondi, and in the same year the game released, in 2011, they closed their doors. At the time they were working on the spiritual successor, The Whore of the Orient. And whilst I have always been hopeful of a sequel to this game, nothing has ever been forthcoming until this remaster was announced. I never saw it coming at all. LA Noire was the only game ever released by Team Bondi. The year is 1947, World War II is over, the city is Los Angeles. You play as Cole Phelps, a decorated vet and a new out on the street LAPD police officer. After solving a major murder case, he catches the eye of his superiors and he is promoted to detective, and so starts his rise in the LAPD. You go through so many cases, many of which are based on real life cases from that era. You work your way through traffic, homicide to vice. Along the way you will have several partners, some of which you get along with and some you don't so much. You also get flashbacks showing how Phelps, Kelso and Mero all met on the day they went to Marine training, and what happened once there, what happened after the war and where they are now. In time you see Cole's eventual fall from grace. You investigate the crime scenes, gather the evidence and question the suspects. More on this later. It does all seem rather strange, being on the right side of the law in what feels like a Grand Theft Auto game, and it does feel and look like it. So is this LA Noire, a story of a police officer, or is this LA Nougat, a story of a sweet shop owner? This looks so damn good on both the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. Let's start with the selling point of the game, the facial animations. They are jaw-dropping. More on this later as they play a big part of this game. The city of LA looks pretty much as it did in the 1940s. Its authenticity is astonishing. The shop fronts, cars, clothes and map itself all look like it did back then. No, it's not perfect, but it is closer than most. The vehicle speed is also not as fast as we're used to from Rockstar games. However, it does keep within the line of the authenticity of the game. The internals of the buildings also look as impressive as the outside of the buildings. The furniture and decor really adds to the atmosphere. Also, the landmarks are worthy of a mention. They all look spot on. I would say at the time on PlayStation 3 it was more of a benchmark than for the PlayStation 4, but it's still looking so damn good and it still impresses even now. Switching the game to black and white does make it look like a noir movie and really adds to that atmosphere.
In the trunk of your husband's car for a live pig. This receipt was made out to an F. Morgan.
A pig? Adrian runs a tool business. That would be Frank Morgan. God knows what he's up to.
What makes you say that about Morgan, ma'am?
He's the foreman at my husband's plant. A very shady character. I've told Adrian he needs to keep his distance from the staff. They're always out drinking together.
The background music is moody and fits in with the whole noir style almost perfectly. Music is also used during the evidence finding phase. If there is music, then there is still clues to be found. It sets the mood, holds the tension, and really fits in with the black and white graphics. It easily draws you into the game. The voice acting is also rather good here. The voices fit with the characters, and also the dialogue. It also fits with people's attitudes. It all seems right for the era. I was pleased that they didn't change the voiceover or even redo it. To me, if it doesn't need fixing, then leave it alone. The vehicles and city sound authentic and really add to the atmosphere. I would say that back when this released on PlayStation 3, I was impressed. It still impresses me now as it did back then. This has something to do with that sound. The interrogations are a big part of this game, and these work in part because of the sound. So they took the gameplay of arguably one of the most successful series in video gaming history and made LA Noire in itself should be good enough. But then they done some jiggery pokery with some facial mapping that you could tell if someone was lying or not by the movement, facial tics and voice. There was nothing else out there like this before or even after. It's still impressive to this very day. The best bit is, it does all kinda work. A lot better than expected. That Grand Theft Auto game engine is also as tight as ever. Chasing people, arresting, fisticuffs and gunplay is all bang on foot or in a car. It all plays so damn well. Somehow the controls do feel more solid and better than Grand Theft Auto 4 and maybe even Grand Theft Auto 5, the Grand Theft Autos of that time. Still now, they are a solid fit. They tried hard to make an original and well-made game that stuck out from the pack, considering some of the stuff that works has not even been attempted again. Says a lot about the original game and even the Grand Theft Auto control system, and also how talented a developer Team Bondi really was. This has atmosphere on so many levels. With the black and white switched on, it looks like a noir movie. The textures help this a lot. Its sound builds up the tension. With a good script and cast, it all just gels together so damn well. Add the authenticity of the city, vehicles and decor. It all looks so impressive, but also pulls you in big time. The characterization on the main characters, civilians and criminals alike, is off the charts, and make the story so easy to get into and make the game's atmosphere top notch. The game can be played in colour, but I think that it removes from the atmosphere. It's knowing that many of these cases in this game are based on real life cases, even if the outcome is different in real life. They never caught the Black Dahlia. This game kept me on the edge of my seat from beginning to the end, and I know that once I get round to doing it again, I will be the same again. This looks as good now as most AAA titles. It has great atmosphere and is more than worthy of the time it takes to finish the game. There is also collectibles, street crimes and more to be done either during the game or once the game is over. You also get all the DLC with this title. Again, this adds to the overall value of this game. This is one amazing game. I appreciated it on the PlayStation 3. I never knew how good it was until I got it again, as somehow it got better with age. This game has stood the test of time and was not just another cash grab. This was worth buying all over again. Looking at it now, Team Bondi are no more. We are never likely to get anything of this calibre again. The originality on show here was never used again. I just don't see Rockstar releasing a sequel. But I didn't see this coming, so there is a smidgen of hope. It's as good to look at as it is to play. It does make a change to play the cops. Not only just that, but a straight cop, not a crooked one in any way. So get this, if you like open world games, as the one created here has never been paralleled or beaten in authenticity. So LA Noire, story of a street cop, it most definitely is. If you are hearing this, you've made it all the way to the end of the video. Well done. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed the video. Please share as it helps the channel grow and improve. Enjoy your day. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.